What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another day in the kitchen. Making some nice, easy, simple recipe. Now, if you like recipes like these, please consider subscribing for more recipes like this. We're going to get on the way here in a second. So tonight we're making a very simple recipe. We got some chicken, as you see here. We have our dressing. I'll tell you what's in the dressing in a second. We have some avocado and we have some lime. So you can already tell it's going to be a very simple one. Not a lot of ingredients, but a very delicious dish that we're about to prepare. So let's see. We got our chicken breast here that's marinating. Now, what's in our marinade? We got some lime juice, we got some honey, we got some cumin, some salt and pepper, and some olive oil. That's basically everything that we have in here. And we're just going to let that marinate for a little bit longer. While that's marinating, I'm going to do a little bit of other things over here on the stove. I'm going to cook a little bit of rice. So, got our rice pot. Ooh, damn. So we're gonna get ourselves a little bag, some jasmine rice. Do about should be more than enough for this. Then I'm going to take you over to our messy little sink right here, and we're going to wash our rice. This is all from when I was doing the marinade for the chicken. So we're just going to wash our rice. Wash out some of that starchiness. I'm just going to wash out some of the starch out of our rice and get that on the stove so we can start this simple recipe. It should take no longer than like 20 minutes. We did the marinade for our chicken earlier. Once I finish washing the rice and get it on the stove, I can show you guys that process. We're gonna keep it very simple. So even if you want to, you can eventually do a follow along and make this for yourself. It's packed with tons of flavor, and it's going to be very delicious. You can take my word for it, trust me. All right, show you guys the golden rule of cooking rice. Finger, water, up to here. You're good. That's all you need. Add a little bit more. That's all you need. That's all you need. Water up to here, and you're good. All right. Stop talking my nonsense. Let's get this rice on the stove. You guys have been looking at my messy little sink for too long. So for me, I like to just add just a little bit of salt. to start that process. I'm not gonna cover it right away. I'm gonna wait till it comes to a boil and turn it down and cover it. And we're gonna get our little plate right here. And we're gonna put our lovely utensils that we need on there. And in the meantime, you guys can see my my marinated chicken that I have here for tonight. So you don't need to marinate this very long, just maybe 20 minutes or so. We might finish this in the oven, depends on how long it takes to cook. So let me just turn on my oven real quick, just as a fail-safe, if it's gonna take forever to cook. So what we have in here, we have some chicken breasts. You can use chicken thighs. We have boneless, of course, it just cooks faster. We have lime juice. We have honey. You can use honey or maple. We have cumin. We have salt and pepper. And that is pretty much it. I might add a little bit of smoked paprika to it if you want. I love smoked paprika, so you can definitely add that to it. What I am going to add to it is I'm going to add a touch of this chili flakes to it. But yeah, 20 minutes, marinate 20 minutes to an hour or the day. That'll be more than enough. So I add a little bit of chili flakes. I'm going to add just a little bit of that smoked paprika, because you already know how much I love that stuff. I'm just going to give it a little bit more toss. And that is all we need. So I'm going to keep this to the side until I'm ready to cook it off. I'm going to take you guys back over so I can get the rest of my ingredients going. So this is some of the marinade I've made to marinate the chicken. I'm going to use that to finish our dish a little bit later on. So I'm going to keep that to the side. Avocados, I'm going to cut these up later when everything's nicely cooked, and I'm going to add those to the dish. So these are going to the side. A little bit of lime juice, just squeeze on top just in case. That nice little freshness. We have our grape tomatoes. So we're going to cut these up. And we're going to cook those off, actually. We're going to slightly toast those off in a pan. So what we're going to do with that is get this lovely pan right here. We're going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. Get yourself a nice paper towel. And then we're just gonna season, use olive oil to season the pan, and you're gonna see why in a second. So just season that pan with olive oil. Now that's gonna go over here. I'm gonna take these cherry tomatoes and I'm just gonna slice them like so in half. And then I'm just gonna lay them face down in our pan, just like this. I'm gonna check my rice is starting to boil, so I'll be right back. It's almost boiling. I'm just pretending like it's boiling. So I'm gonna give it a little stir, let it go back to do what it's doing. All right, so the reason why we're doing it this way, so we're just gonna put it on the stove on high heat and get a nice sear on the bottom of your tomatoes, and that's exactly what I want for that. Let's cut a bunch first, and then we can put them all in. How's everybody's night? What's everybody having for dinner today? Definitely let me know down in the chat. It's Monday. Unlike last Monday when I went all crazy and did the steak dinner, I'm taking it a little bit easy tonight and giving you guys something very simple that you can do anytime, any hour of the day. Very simple, straight to the point, straight to your stomach. Like I said, keep watching us. We'll try to keep it interesting. This one's a little soft. So it's that one. And we got one more. All right, so put that plate aside for now. Oh, my rice is boiling, so let me fluff that a little bit, and then we can turn it down and let it do its thing. Or not. So I'm just gonna lay these all down. Skin side down. We use a little olive oil to season the bottom of our pan. So, and that's for this reason. We don't want to cook these too much. We just want to get a nice little sear on that side of the tomato. And you're going to see why we do this when we go to plate our food a little bit later. So if you want to see that process, stick around until we're done and you'll see what I do with these lovely tomatoes. And one of the reasons I do it this way is so that you're not putting them in the pan when their pan is super hot. All right, so our rice is boiling. I'm gonna turn this down, cover it, and let it continue to cook and do its thing. In the meantime, I'll take you guys over to the stove. See, that's what it looks like. And now we are going to turn our heat up on some nice high heat, and I want just to hear these nice and sizzled, and then we'll check them, make sure they have a nice little caramelized color on that side, and then we'll take them off the heat. Vivian, welcome back. How are you? What am I making tonight? I'm making a little bit of rice. I'm making some nice chicken that we've marinated in some spices, lemon juice, maple or honey, but I use maple and a little bit of honey for this one. So we got cumin, salt and pepper, smoked paprika, chili flakes, lime juice, honey, olive oil, and that's what we got that marinated in for about 20 minutes or so. So once this is done, I'm going to start frying this up, and by the time this is done cooking, my rice should be done and we can begin plating everything. It's going to be a very, very simple dinner today. See, now it's starting to sizzle a little bit. It's going to be a little bit difficult for these other bits because most of our heat is concentrated in the middle, so we get what we can. Nice. Thank you for coming through and watching. Thanks for the support. Truly appreciate it. Rice, what are you trying to do over here? See that? My rice tried to boil over a while ago. I just caught it as the bubbles were coming up. Shame on you, pot. Shame on you. Not quite yet. Get myself a little spoon so I end up burning myself when I stick my fingers in there. But I was asking earlier, what's everybody else having for dinner tonight? We're already starting to get a little bit of that caramelized on top. So you can already see. Show you. See that? Wait till it comes in focus. A little bit of that caramelization. That's what we're looking for over there. Like you want it to happen fast. So there we go again. This is pretty much done, but that residual heat is gonna, so you want that just a little bit. And the residual heat will make sure your tomatoes are nicely cooked. So I'm gonna take that off the stove and put that to the side until I'm ready for it. And now for, you're not gonna boil, right? Stop. All right, let's wipe out a little bit of this oil because we're about to make another mess over here. Now, I got this lovely bits to deal with. We're gonna make a mess with our chicken here. So get that on a nice medium-high heat. And gonna add just a touch of oil. Like I said, you can, depends on the thickness or the thinness of your what is that emoji? Val, what is going on there? It depends on the thickness of your chicken. You can finish it on stovetop. My chicken breast is a little bit thicker, so I might have to finish it in the oven. So I'm just gonna sear it on one side, flip it, and finish it in the oven. Our rice is coming along nicely. Just wait till it starts to smoke a little bit, because that's gonna caramelize our sugars in this dish right now. Whew. I cannot wait for the end of winter. I know some of you in the stream right now might love the winter season, but tropical blood, I will never get used to this cold country. All right, so the pot's starting to smoke a little bit. So we're gonna add in our chicken. Let me turn on my fan so I can capture some of that loveliness coming out. And you guys get to witness my new pan for the first time in action. So I just got this a few days ago. First time I'm using it, so we shall put it to the test and see how it works out, right? You can see the sugars already caramelizing to the pan already. I will hit this with a little bit of liquid stock or something like that when I flip it, so I can take up some of that, but I will get some nice color on the other side first. So I got the marinade. I hit it with a little bit of water. You can have, if you have stock, you can use some stock as well. So when I get the color I want on this side, I'm gonna flip it, hit that with the stock, and then I'm gonna finish it in the oven. See how our rice is looking? Almost there. It is almost there. I like to give it a little bit of fluff so it doesn't try to stick to the bottom on us. And you can cook it to almost al dente. Take it off the stove and let the residual heat finish it on the side. Still has a little bit of moisture in there, so I want to cook that out first. This is a new one as well. You guys are seeing it. You guys saw it yesterday, I think, on the stream. So these two are new. When if you guys have joined my stream before, when I was doing my rice with a pot with a handle, and the handle kind of broke off in the middle of me trying to do my plating, and all the rice went all over the floor. You guys got to see that nonsense. So this is our new baby for that, after that mistake. Of course, gold. Of course. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So we already got some nice caramelization on that. All right, so like I said, we're gonna flip it. We're gonna hit that with a little bit of that marinade plus some you can use broth or you can use water, whichever. And we're gonna hit that. And you can already see why I did that. That's lifting a lot of that caramelization from the bottom of your pan already. So you can choose to use a wooden spoon and get the rest of it. So if you ever think you're burning something, just add some stock, some water or something like that. And once again, you're golden. And all this is flavor, right? So because our chicken is not cooked yet, we are gonna put it in the oven and finish that up. Our oven is currently at, I'm not 100% sure if this, I should put it to the test, but you know, it will. We'll remove the lid for now. I am not 100% sure if this thing is oven safe. So I've removed the lid from that. Let's wipe out some of our splatters that we got going on here on our stove. We don't like having mess all over our kitchen. Because if you live in an apartment or anywhere else, you know that our rice is done. Pests, roaches, any pests like that in your apartment, they usually start in the kitchen because that's where all the food usually starts from, right? So I took my eyes off the rice for 1 second and it wants to stick to the bottom, so. We're gonna leave that to the side and let that air cool and some of that liquid the moisture can dry out in a little bit. All right, so now that everything's in the oven, I'm gonna bring you guys over, and we are gonna we'll start on one plate for you guys because unfortunately not everybody's here for dinner yet, and I don't want to keep you guys around on the stream until that person comes for dinner. So I will do one plating for you guys and you guys can see what the final dish looks like. So I will slowly put it together while our chicken's in the oven still coming out. So all right, chat, what says you? Should we do a black plate or should we do a white plate? Leave your comments down below and I'll plate it in. That's your two options. You can either have a black plate or you can have a white plate. You let me know which one you want me to do it in. So I'll show you those tomatoes that we did. Focus, camera, focus. There we go. So I was gonna bring out a ton of the flavors from the tomatoes, and it's very simple. Just cut it in half, season the bottom of your pan with a little bit of olive oil, and put it on high heat and just let it cook. And I swear, if I get another comment that says, "Why didn't you wash your hands?" I'm gonna throw the stream across the room. I'm at home, all right? I'm cooking for nobody else but me and my family, and my hands are constantly washed. If you ever see me at work, you should already know that the way I work as well. So I'm usually clean and cleanly. And I've never been written up by a health inspector in my life, so I take that as a plus. I'm just gonna flip these over. You want to be a little bit gentle with them because right now they're a little bit, of course, a little bit delicate. All right, see that? Now I can go wash my hands. White plate, all right. White plate it is. Linda has spoken. We're doing the white plate. Da, 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 da. All right. I feel you. Plus, I feel like it'll come out better on the white plate anyways, aesthetic-wise. So, let's bring you guys over here. Bring my little cutting board over here. Let's get my knife. And then white plate it is. We're gonna use a little cutter. So let's bring you guys in, bring you guys closer, get you guys nice and focused. There we go. And then we'll show you guys what we're gonna do here. First things first, we got our rice. You already seen the mold, so you already know what we're gonna do with the rice. Nice little rice mold. Rice, you can go back where you came from for now. The center like that. I'm gonna add a little tomatoes around the place here and there. Da-da-da. 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 Got a little bit of a mess right here. It's all good. We're gonna be adding some stuff to it anyways. All right, let me check out my chicken and we'll come back to finish this. Make sure take my temperature of my chicken, make sure it's nicely cooked. And if you guys are longtime supporters of the channel, you already know about this guy. You know, he has no label, but somehow we do know the buttons to get our temperature. All right, hello chicken. We're gonna get the smallest piece of our chicken. So that should be our most cooked piece. All right, our chicken is not quite there yet, so just give me a few more minutes on that chicken. In the meantime, we can cut up our avocado. Our chicken just needs a few more minutes and we can get that up. I'll bring you guys back up so we can get our avocado cut up. Like that. Take out our seeds. Let me get a little bowl for this. I think it'll be easier in a bowl. Get a little bowl right there. We're just gonna carefully cut down to the skin. Cut into the avocado. Now the opposite way. If you're doing something like this, I would suggest just keep it on the board like this and cut it that way so you don't accidentally cut through the skin and cut into your hand. I trust my knife and I trust myself. But please don't do something like this at home. Unless you trust yourself and you trust your knife. So, take a spoon, get in there, take out that lovely avocado until you got nothing but the skin left. That's garbage. Throw that out. Don't eat it. Repeat. And now we got these lovely little Little avocado squares. Here, that's garbage. We've got our lovely lime right here. I'm just gonna cut into that. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of lime juice. Kind of like you're making guacamole or something. And we're gonna hit that with a little bit of cracked peppercorn, a little bit of salt, and give that a nice little toss. The acidity is so that your avocado, I can let it sit for a little bit without it oxidizing on me and changing color. And plus, when you serve it, it won't be turning brown as you're trying to take it to your guest or something like that. So, plus, gives us a nice little fresh flavor, right? So, let's put this aside and we can once again check our chicken and see what's happening. So, bring you guys back into focus. Am I a chef? Linda asks. I mean, I try to be. Angela says, hi, welcome to the stream. I'd love to have you. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so let's get this finished, shall we? I was trained in the arts of the French cuisine, so I won't say I'm the best chef in the world, but I aspire to be. So. All right, ladies and gents, give me a second. I am just taking the temperature of my chicken and make sure everything is up to temp. Make sure I don't poison any of my family members. So, what else is everybody having for dinner tonight? Let me know down in the chat. I'd love to know. At this point, we can take this off. So you got that nice little mold going on there. The chicken is gonna be this kind of the star of the show. So you got the tomatoes, you got the rice on the bottom. We're also gonna bring in this guy, the extra marinade that we had. Not the extra marinade, but we have the stuff that we use to marinate the chicken. And you're gonna see where that comes in after my chicken comes off. All right, I'm gonna take my chicken out and get that sliced up so I can finish this dish. The chicken's probably the longest thing that takes to cook. Once I find my tongs, I can actually, there we go. There's my lovely tongs. Let me just give these a nice wash. We're gonna put this to the side for a second while I bring my chicken in. Ta 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 ta. Got our little lovely little chicken right here. Grab our knife. And we're just gonna, usually I let my chicken rest a little bit, but we're just gonna cut it in nice little strips. Just like that. Got some bigger pieces that we're gonna put back in. So chicken's cut. I'm gonna bring back the plate. And then we're gonna lay the chicken right on top. And then we got our lovely avocado that we're gonna put right on top of that. And then right on top of that, we have our lovely tomatoes that we did. We put a little bit in the rice area. And then we're gonna get our lovely marinade that we have here. I'm gonna take some of that. We're just gonna flavor everything. Clean up our mess. And last but not least, garbage. If you have some cilantro or parsley, you can also add it to this. I don't have the moment, so I have a little bit of green onions. Just gonna put that around. And just because I can, I have a little bit of that toasted sesame seeds that I can throw on top as well. Very simple, very easy, takes no time at all. And here you go. That is our lovely meal for tonight. So, that's all I got for you guys for tonight. This is my dinner. This is what I'm gonna eat. Hope you guys enjoy this one. It's very simple. You can do it for yourself at home. Follow along. I just want to say thank for everybody who came by, joined the stream. Looks delicious. Thank you, Eliza. I think that's how you say that. Thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Keep watching us. We'll try to keep it interesting. As always, you know, now you guys have this in your recipe. You guys can do a follow along, cook this for the family at home, see if they like it or not. I've explained everything I have in the dish and nothing has changed. So that is that. We're going to be ending the stream. So thank you guys for support. We're going to have to clean up our mess over here. Usually we don't have that much mess, but tonight I have a little bit of mess, but it should be fine. Should clean up fine and fast. So I'll leave you guys with this. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a good night. Stay tuned for our next live stream. Till then, peace.